Picture this. You have just finished an intense workout. You're sweating, your muscles are pumped, and you feel like you're the king of the world. You head out of the gym, and as soon as you reach for your shaker, you are not just drinking a post-workout shake. You're sipping on one of the most researched and effective supplements in the fitness world, whey protein. But whey protein is not just for gym goers. It is for your friend who's trying to lose weight, your dad who's working on keeping his muscles strong as he ages, and even your colleague who is constantly on the move and skips meals. Whey protein is versatile, effective, and as we will chat further, more than just a fitness trend. In in today's episode, we will explore what makes whey protein so special, who it is for, and even some surprising benefits you might not have heard of. And of course, we will dive into how it pairs with other popular supplements like creatine and glutamine to level up your health game. So grab your favorite post-workout drink, settle in, and let's break down everything you need to know today about whey protein. This is the Dr. Wash Brains podcast. My name is Dr. Akash Sehgal, someone who has been consuming whey protein for a little over a decade now. Let's dive in. Now, let's take a step back to understand what whey protein actually is. Whey protein is actually milk. When milk is processed to make cheese, it splits into two parts. Curds, which are used to make cheese, and liquid whey, which is a byproduct. This this liquid is then filtered, purified, and dried to create the whey protein powders that we see on store shelves. Now, there are three main types of whey protein: concentrate, isolate, and hydrolysate. Think of these as different versions of the same story. Now, concentrate is like the all-rounder, rich in protein but with small amounts of carbohydrates and fats. Isolate takes it a step further, removing almost all the carbs and fats, making it ideal for those who are lactose intolerant or on a strict diet. And hydrolysate, that's the premium version, pre-digested, so it is absorbed faster. Perfect if you're looking for rapid recovery. But but why is whey protein so effective? Whey protein is what scientists call a complete protein. That means it contains all the nine essential amino acids your body cannot produce on its own. And here is the fun part. It is particularly rich in leucine, an amino acid that acts like the leader of muscle protein synthesis. Think of leucine as the one that signals your body to repair and build muscle after a workout. So, whether you're sipping on it after the gym, adding it to your morning smoothie, or using it as a quick meal replacement, whey protein is backed by science to support your goals. And as we'll see in the next section, those goals can extend far beyond building muscle. Now, when most people think about whey protein, when they get to hear the word protein, the first thing that comes into their mind is wait, steroids? No, steroids do exist, but in a different universe. For now, we need to focus on whey protein, which is absolutely not a steroid. Neither it is a gateway for steroids. These days, Instagram influencers, bad trainers, and a lack of self esteem and confidence. These are the gateways to steroids. Moving on, whey protein is a nutritional powerhouse with benefits that reach beyond the gym floor. Now, let's start with the classic reason: muscle growth and recovery. Your muscles, they take a beating during workouts, and whey protein helps them bounce back stronger. It delivers a quick shot of amino acids to your system, especially leucine, which signals your muscles to start repairing and rebuilding. And because whey is absorbed faster than most other proteins, it is perfect for post workout recovery. But what if you're not chasing gains? Maybe you're trying to shed a few kilos, lose some amount of weight. Here comes whey protein's second superpower: weight management. Now, protein is the most satiating macronutrient, meaning it keeps you full for longer. And when you add a whey protein shake or snack to your day, you're less likely to check the fridge at midnight. And studies show that increasing your protein intake can help you lose fat while preserving lean muscle. It's like having your cake and eating it too, except the cake is a protein bar. Now, here is where things get even more interesting. Whey protein has a bunch of health benefits. You probably did not expect that. For starters, it can boost your immune system. Whey contains a protein called lactoferrin, which has been shown to support immunity and fight infections. It also helps in regulating blood sugar levels, making it a great choice for people managing diabetes or trying to avoid blood sugar spikes. And get this, some studies suggest that whey protein might even help lower blood pressure in people with hypertension. So whether you are an athlete, a busy parent, or just someone who's trying to improve their health, whey protein has something to offer. It is not just about muscles, it is about living a healthier, stronger life. Trust me, aging with grace is something that happens with a lot of things. And before I get all philosophical, biologically and medically speaking, having your cognition and your muscles with you in your 70s and 80s is something that should be the ultimate life goal. Life can be unfair to a lot. Hell, fair is the unfairest word out there. But whether be it whey protein or not, maintaining your muscles is the best way to guarantee the golden years of your life do not make you feel older. Now, whey protein is not a one size fits all supplement, but it does come pretty close. Let's talk about the different groups of people who can benefit from adding whey to their diet and why. First up, athletes and fitness enthusiasts. Now, whether you're lifting weights, training for a marathon, or just trying to stay active, whey protein can help you recover faster and perform better. It is like giving your body a head start on repairing itself after every workout. Then we've got older adults. Now, did you know that after the age of 30, you start losing muscle mass if you're not actively working to maintain it? This this process is called sarcopenia, and it is one of the leading causes of weakness and frailty in older adults. Adding whey protein to the diet can help slow this process, keeping muscles strong and functional well into old age. Now, what about people who don't eat a lot of meat or other protein rich foods? That's where vegetarians and busy professionals come in. If you're running from one meeting to the next or do not have the time to cook a balanced meal, a whey protein shake can bridge that gap and ensure you're meeting your daily protein needs. And let's not forget the everyday person who just wants to stay healthy. Maybe you're recovering from an illness or injury and need extra protein to rebuild tissues after each and every single injury, after each and every single minor or major surgery. The body requires extra protein, which sometimes our diet is not able to provide. If you know anybody who has had that or is undergoing that particular issue, make sure that they are having enough protein in their diet. Trust me, their recovery will get faster. Now, coming back, maybe you're looking for a healthier alternative to a high carb snack that you usually snack upon. Whatever the case, whey protein is versatile enough to fit into almost any lifestyle. Now, here is the best part. Whey protein, yes, it is highly adaptable. You can mix it in your morning oats, blend it into a smoothie, or even bake it into pancakes. Trust me when I say this, no matter who you are, no matter what your lifestyle might be, you're working out or not, a little bit of whey protein can make your life very simple, very easy. And of course, healthier. Now, whey protein on its own is a superstar, but when paired with the right add ons, it can create a powerhouse combination to amplify your results. Think of like upgrading your smartphone, great as it is, but even better with the right accessories. Let's start with the most talked about add on, creatine. If whey protein is the builder, creatine is the supplier of raw materials. Creatine helps your muscles generate more energy during short, high intensity activities like lifting weights or sprinting. And when combined with whey, it creates the absolutely perfect farmland for muscle growth and recovery. The best part? Both of these supplements they complement each other without interfering. So you can stack them together for maximum effect. And science backs this up. Studies have shown that taking creatine and whey together enhances muscle strength and size more than either one alone. Trust me, I have been on creatine for at least a good portion of the previous decade. There is nothing that I would not recommend from these two. Creatine and whey protein, both of them together, life changers. And then there is glutamine, a lesser known but equally valuable companion. Glutamine is an amino acid that plays a key role in recovery, especially after intense workouts. It is also great for gut health and immune function, making it a go to for endurance athletes or anyone who's dealing with physical stress. Now, while whey protein naturally contains some glutamine, those with intense recovery needs might benefit from adding a standalone supplement. Now, next on the list is BCAAs or branched chain amino acids. These are often marketed as a separate supplement for muscle repair and reduced soreness. But here's the thing, whey protein already has a rich supply of BCAAs. For most people, adding a BCAA supplement on top of whey might be redundant unless you're doing fasted workouts or have a very specific dietary need. This one is becoming a favorite among older adults and those focused on joint health. Collagen supports the connective tissues in your body. Think tendons, think ligaments, think skin. While it is not a complete protein like whey, collagen works beautifully as a complement, especially for those looking to prevent injuries or maintain flexibility. So, whether you're stacking creatine for power, glutamine for recovery, or collagen for joint health, the key is knowing your body's needs. Adding supplements is not about doing everything at once. It is about finding the right balance that works for your goals. But do not worry at all. All of these will be discussed in further long format videos. Now, whenever we talk about supplements, the myths they start flying. And whey protein is no exception. Let me try to clear the air on some of the most common misconceptions. The first myth, whey protein damages your kidneys. This one probably stems from the idea that high protein intake is hard on your kidneys. But unless you already have a pre existing kidney condition, there is absolutely no evidence to suggest that consuming whey protein in recommended amounts is harmful. In fact, for healthy individuals, protein is not only safe, it is absolutely essential. Another popular one, whey protein will make you bulky. I mean, I know you're going to be listening to this or watching this. Raise your hand if you've ever heard someone say, I do not want to take whey because I don't want to look like a bodybuilder. Let's set the record straight. Building muscles takes intense training, proper nutrition, and years of consistency. Drinking a protein shake alone won't magically give you biceps. What whey will do is help you recover faster, build lean muscle, and support overall health. Personal anecdote. Now, while I was doing my masters in Germany, I was almost 115 kilos all throughout my education. But towards the end of it, I gained weight, rather a lot of muscle mass. I was on a 4500 calorie diet and I jumped to almost 140 kilos. But to reach there, remember that I had to eat almost 4500 calories, almost 150 to 180 grams of protein every single day, and working out for almost 2 hours a day, 4 to 5 times a week. But had I not been working out, I would have had a small tummy, but rather I did have a six pack of abs even at 140 kilos. Now, when I had to drop weight, I dropped it to almost 125 kilos, and even then, I was taking whey protein on a daily basis. But guess what? It worked. It absolutely works. At present, my weight is almost 110 kilos, but I always make sure that my daily protein intake is complete. Even if I'm not going to the gym, there is a very important thing to note over here. I also need to maintain my muscles rather than just building muscles, and especially when I'm not working out. And then there is myth number three, that whey is unnatural. Yes, whey protein is processed, but so is a lot of the food we eat daily. High quality whey protein supplements are made through natural filtration processes that retain the essential nutrients while removing unnecessary fats and carbohydrates. Think of it as milk in its most concentrated and efficient form. Lastly, let's address the myth that whey protein is only for the people who go to the gym. Now, see, whey protein has benefits for people of all lifestyles. Whether you're a parent trying to maintain energy, a senior citizen working to preserve muscle mass, or someone recovering from an illness, whey can play a supportive role in your health journey. The point is that there are always gaps. हमारी जो डाइट है वो इनकम्प्लीट रह जाती है, किसी रोज कार्बोहाइड्रेट कम रह जाते हैं, तो किसी रोज प्रोटीन इनकम्प्लीट रह जाता है। देखिए, खाना जिसमें कार्बोहाइड्रेट ज्यादा है वो खाना आसान रहता है प्रोटीन के मुकाबले उसे खाना। लाइक ईटिंग कार्बोहाइड्रेट इज इजियर वर्सेस ईटिंग प्रोटीन। और प्रोटीन की डेली रिक्वायरमेंट वर्सेस हम कितना खा पाते हैं, उसमें एक गैप डेवलप हो जाता है। माने जितना हमको चाहिए और जितना हम एक्चुअली में ले रहे हैं, स्पेशली इंडिया जैसी कंट्री में जहाँ कार्बोहाइड्रेट रिच खाना रहता है। तो हमारे देश में बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है ऑफ प्रोटीन सप्लीमेंट्स जो हमारी डेली प्रोटीन रिक्वायरमेंट को पूरा करते हैं। आयरॉनिकली ये पॉडकास्ट हिंदी में होना चाहिए था, मगर कंसिडरिंग द एंटायरिटी ऑफ दिस कंट्री वेयर द साउथ स्पीक्स अ लॉट मोर देन जस्ट हिंदी, सेम विद द नॉर्थ ईस्ट, आई एम श्योर हम सबके घरों में कोई ना कोई ऐसा इंसान होगा जो इंग्लिश में इतना प्रोफिशिएंट होगा, इस बेसिक इंग्लिश में, जो कि अपने घर पे इस सब को समझा सके। बिकॉज हेल्थ एंड हेल्थ केयर एक घर में, एक घर के लिए उस जगह पे शुरू होती है जहां सारे इकट्ठा बैठ के खाना खाते हैं, द द डिनर टेबल। प्लीज प्लीज शेयर दिस विद योर फैमिली, एंड इफ दे आर नॉट प्रोफिशिएंट इन द लैंग्वेज, उन्हें समझाइए अबाउट दिस। खैर, कमिंग बैक, the takeaway of this, see, all of these myths, they thrive where there is a lack of understanding. But with a little knowledge and the right approach, whey protein can be a valuable addition to nearly anyone's diet. Now, walking into a supplement store or browsing online while choosing a protein can be very scary. With so many brands and types of whey protein, how do you know which one to pick? Let's break it down so you can make an informed decision that aligns with your goals. First, let's talk about the three main types of whey protein: whey concentrate, whey isolate, and hydrolyzed whey. Whey concentrate is the most basic form. It typically contains about 70 to 80% of protein, with the rest made up of carbohydrates and fats. This is a great option if you're looking for an affordable, well rounded supplement and are not too concerned about the extra calories. Then, whey isolate, it takes it up a notch. It is processed further to remove most of the carbs and fats, resulting in a protein content of 90% or more. Now, this makes it ideal for those who are watching their calories or carbohydrate intake, such as people on a keto diet or who are lactose intolerant. Now, hydrolyzed whey is pre-digested, meaning it is broken down into smaller peptides for faster absorption. Now, while this sounds great, it often comes with a higher price tag. Unless you are an athlete with specific recovery needs or have digestive issues, it might not be necessary. Once you've decided on the type, it is time to check the ingredient list. A good whey protein should have minimal additives. Look for one with fewer artificial flavors, sweeteners, and fillers. Ideally, it should contain at least 20 grams of protein per serving and less than 2 grams of sugar. Now, consider your specific goals and needs. If you're looking for a post workout shake, a basic whey concentrate or isolate might be sufficient. If you're lactose intolerant, go for a lactose free isolate or even a plant based alternative. And if you're a vegetarian or someone with dietary restrictions, make sure that the product is certified to align with your preferences. Lastly, pay attention to the brand reputation. Look for products that are third party tested for quality and purity. Make sure that you're reading the label, the name of the importer, who imported the product in the country, and apart from all of that, it is always a good practice to ask someone who goes to the gym regularly as to where they are buying their supplementation from. Choosing the right whey protein is not about picking the most expensive option or falling for flashy marketing. It is about understanding your body and your goals, then finding a product that fits into your routine seamlessly. Now, not everyone can or wants to use whey protein, and that is perfectly fine. There are plenty of alternatives out there, each with its own set of benefits. Now, when we talk about plant based proteins, if you're vegan, lactose intolerant, or just looking to diversify your diet, options like pea, soy, rice, and hemp protein can be excellent choices. Now, while they may not pack the same punch of amino acids as whey, many brands now offer blends that provide a complete protein profile. For example, combining pea and rice protein can mimic the amino acid balance of whey. Seasoned protein is another popular alternative, especially for nighttime recovery. Unlike whey, which is absorbed quickly, seasoned digests slowly, providing a steady release of amino acids over several hours. This makes it ideal for people looking to prevent muscle breakdown overnight. For those who prefer a whole food approach, there are natural protein sources like eggs, Greek yogurt, and even cottage cheese, paneer. These options are unprocessed and provide additional nutrients like vitamins and minerals, making them great for anyone who prefers to get their protein from real foods. And if you're lactose intolerant, but you still want a dairy based option, lactose free whey isolate or goat milk protein might work for you. Goat milk is easier to digest for many people and offers a unique protein composition that supports gut health. Then there is the emerging world of insect protein. Yes, I know it's weird, but yeah, that's right. Cricket protein is gaining popularity as a sustainable and eco friendly alternative. It is, yes, it is highly rich in amino acids. It is environmentally friendly and surprisingly palatable when blended into smoothies or bars. Now, please don't ask me how I know this. I know this. Lastly, collagen protein deserves a mention. While it is not a complete protein, it is excellent for joint health, skin elasticity, and connective tissues. Pairing collagen with a complete protein source like eggs or a plant based blend can make it a well rounded option. The beauty of alternatives is that they give you flexibility. Whether you're looking to avoid allergens, follow a specific diet, or simply try something new, there is a protein source out there for everyone. So, you've decided to make whey protein a part of your routine. But how do you use it effectively? It is not just about scooping powder into a shaker. It is about timing, pairing it with the right foods, and ensuring it fits your lifestyle. Let's get practical. Now, first, think about timing. For most people, the best time to take whey protein is within 30 to 60 minutes post workout. This is when your muscles are most receptive to absorbing nutrients, a window often called the anabolic window. During this period, whey protein can jumpstart recovery and muscle repair. But post workout is not the only option. If you're someone who struggles to get enough protein throughout the day, whey can also serve as a quick breakfast addition or a mid afternoon snack. For example, blending whey into your morning smoothie with fruits, oats, and peanut butter can provide a balanced meal that's both nutritious and filling. If you are consuming extra protein throughout the day or planning to increase your daily protein intake, please consider adding more protein to your breakfast rather than having heavy snacks or dinners. Be it as a working professional or an athlete in training, you have to be mindful of how you space your meals. Leave enough window for digestion, which is a very personal biomechanic, and there is absolutely no need to fill yourself up to the brim. Next, please consider pairing whey with other foods. Now, while whey protein is excellent on its own, combining it with carbs and healthy fats can create a more balanced meal. Now, when we talk about weight loss, protein intake is highly crucial. Now, protein is not just food, it is fuel for your metabolism. Every time you eat, your body burns calories to digest and process that meal. This is called the thermic effect of food or TEF. Amongst the three macronutrients, carbohydrates, fats, proteins, protein has the highest thermic effect, which means that your body uses about 20 to 30% of the calories from protein just to digest itself, compared to only 5 to 10% for carbohydrates and 0 to 3% for fats. In, in simple terms, eating protein literally makes your body work harder, which means you're burning more calories even when you're just sitting there enjoying your meal. But but the story does not end there. Protein has a very unique ability to keep you feeling full. You would have probably noticed that after a protein rich meal, omelets, chicken salad, any sort of chicken curry makes you not reach for snacks an hour later. That is because protein affects the hormones that control hunger. It lowers the levels of ghrelin, often called the hunger hormone, and increases hormones like GLP-1 and peptide YY, which tell your brain you are satisfied. Now, here is a catch. When you lose weight, your body is not just burning fat. When you're losing weight, you don't always burn fat. You can also break down muscle for energy, and that is the last thing you want. Losing muscle slows down your metabolism, making it harder to keep the weight off long term. Here is where protein steps in as your body's ally. By providing the amino acids your muscles need to repair and grow, protein helps you preserve lean muscle mass even as you lose fat. Think of it like this: Protein is the support beam of your metabolism. Without it, your body might be burning the wrong fuel and leave you with less muscle and a slower calorie burn. And there's more to this. High protein diets have been shown to reduce cravings and late night snacking. If you've ever found yourself raiding the fridge at midnight, you are not alone. Cravings can derail even the best laid weight loss programs. Protein helps to curb those impulses by stabilizing your blood sugar and keeping your energy levels steady throughout the day. But consuming all this protein should be actionable and reproducible. You should be you should be able to consume protein daily and for a long time to support muscle gain and maintenance. So how do you actually use protein to support weight loss in your everyday life? For most people, a good starting point is around 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. Point to note here is that the amount of protein you need is kind of subjective and personal. Yes, protein in any aspect is beneficial for the human body, but the amount that you need to have varies. Some people do well with 1.6 grams and put up muscle, and some people take 2.2 grams to do that. Yes, some old research has dictated that protein intake should be around 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight, while a lot of recent research has indicated towards 1.4 to 1.6 grams per kilograms of body weight. I am yet to read all the research around it, but my personal viewpoint has been almost 1.5 to 1.8 grams of protein has worked decent. And all of this goes well with my present goals even. Whereas I have also been on almost 2 grams per kilo of body weight. It has also worked out when I was gaining. Now, this is not a one sock fits all. It is supposed to be very personal, which depends on how much your protein is required for your goals. How much amount of it are you comfortable with, be it financially, physically, and emotionally? Because trust me, eating through all of this is a huge task. For the sake of calculation, if you weigh 70 kilograms, that's roughly 112 to 154 grams of protein daily. Break that up across meals to keep your metabolism humming all day long. Something that I do is that I have my maximum amount of protein intake in the breakfast. Then I lower it down throughout the day, except for two protein shakes that I have. One is before my workout, and the second is after. Please remember, consuming protein is not just about the numbers or the grams. It is about building habits that support your goals. It is about consistency, making protein a regular part of your meals and snacks so it becomes a second nature. And and here is the best part. Protein does not just help you lose weight. It helps you lose the right kind of weight. Fat, not muscle. It keeps your body strong, your metabolism revving, and your hunger in check. Another tip is to experiment with recipes. Whey protein is not just for shakes. It can be used in baked goods and protein bars. YouTube is your absolute friend over here. Check out high protein meal preps and whey protein snacks on YouTube, and trust me, your gains will thank you. Lastly, do not forget to stay consistent. Results from whey protein do not come overnight. Whether your goal is to build muscle, lose fat, or simply improve muscle health, consistency is key. Make whey a part of your routine, not a sporadic addition. Now, let's hit pause for a moment to talk about something that is quietly reshaping the way people age, but is not getting nearly the attention it deserves. It is called sarcopenia. Now, if that word sounds unfamiliar, you are not alone. Sarcopenia refers to the gradual loss of muscle mass, strength, and function that happens as we age. At first, it seems almost unnoticeable. You lose a little muscle here, a little strength there, no big deal. But but over time, this silent thief starts to take away far more than just muscle. Now, here is the thing, your muscles are the unsung heroes of your body. They do not just help you lift heavy objects or climb stairs, they keep you steady when you're walking. They allow you to catch yourself if you trip. They even play a role in how your body processes blood sugar. When sarcopenia steps in, all of that starts to fall apart. It starts small. Maybe getting out of a chair takes a bit more effort than it used to. Climbing a flight of stairs leaves you out of breath. But but as the years go by, these little struggles can snowball into something much bigger. Weak muscles mean a higher risk of falls and fractures, which for older adults can lead to long hospital stays or even permanent disability. And it does not stop there. Sarcopenia can rob you of your independence when walking becomes difficult or carrying groceries it feels impossible. Many people find themselves relying on others for basic tasks. It is not just the physical challenges. It is the mental toll of losing autonomy, of losing your independence, of not being able to live life on your own terms. Now, sarcopenia rarely works alone. It loves teaming up with other age related issues, making everything worse in the process. For instance, weak muscles lead to weaker bones, creating the perfect storm for osteoporosis and fractures. Then there is sarcopenic obesity, a double hammer where you lose muscle but gain fat, increasing your risk of diabetes and heart disease. And let's not forget the brain. When you're less mobile and more isolated because of sarcopenia, your risk of depression and even dementia goes up. It is a ripple effect that can touch every aspect of your health. Now, here is the part that might surprise you. Sarcopenia does not wait until you are in your 70s or 80s. It begins as early as your 30s or 40s, quietly, almost imperceptibly. By the time you hit 60, the muscle loss picks up speed. On average, adults lose about 3 to 8% of their muscle mass per decade after their 30s. Now, now why does this happen? A lot of reasons. Hormones like testosterone and growth hormones start to decline, reducing your body's ability to repair and build muscle. Many people also become less active as they age, and you know what they say, use it or lose it. Add in poor nutrition and something called anabolic resistance, where your body does not respond as effectively to protein anymore. And you've got a recipe for muscle mass. The tricky part, sarcopenia is not acute. Instead, it slowly eases on you. There are a few warning signs, like your grip strength starts to weaken. You cannot open a jar of jam or your tiffin box. Climbing stairs feels harder than it used to. You're walking slower or taking more breaks on a simple stroll. You notice your arms or legs looking smaller, less defined due to a lack of muscle. Balancing on one foot becomes a challenge even for a few seconds. These might seem small, but they are often the first whispers of a bigger and a major problem. Now, here is the good news. Sarcopenia is not inevitable. Yes, aging is a factor, but you have a lot of control over how it unfolds. And at the center of that control, protein. Muscle is made of protein, and to build or maintain it, you need to eat enough of it. Now, as we age, the challenge is that our bodies become less efficient at using dietary protein. So, older adults actually need more protein, not less. Most experts recommend 1.2 to 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day for older adults compared to the general population. But, like how I have mentioned, it is highly subjective. It takes a lot of hit and trial and it needs to be measured. And then there is whey protein. It's an absolute game changer. Whey is not just high in protein, it is rich in leucine. Again, leucine is that on switch that tells your body to start building muscle. For older adults, especially those who are struggling with anabolic resistance, whey protein can make meeting those higher protein needs much easier. But let's be clear, protein alone is not enough. To truly fight sarcopenia, you need to pair it with resistance training. This does not mean that you have to hit the gym and bench press 100 kilos. Even simple body weight exercises like squats, lunges, or lifting very light weights can do wonders for your muscle health. Please, please consult a good trainer, a physiotherapist, and a dietitian to sort out any joint issues, muscle issues, and dietary concerns before you start this journey because this can save almost 6 months of hit and trial in the diet. Doing baseless exercises and routines, and you can avoid injuries in the gym. So, why does all this matter? Because sarcopenia is not just about losing muscle. It is about losing what muscle allows you to do. It is about being able to walk, run, hug your loved ones, and live life on your own terms. Aging is inevitable, sure, but frailty does not have to be. You do not have to be weak as you age. By staying active, eating enough protein, and embracing tools like whey protein, you can hold on to your strength and independence for years to come. And and isn't that what we're all striving for? to age not just longer, but actually stronger. As we wrap up, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Whey protein has come a long way from being a byproduct of cheese production to becoming a staple in health and fitness. But where is it actually headed next? The future of whey protein is exciting. We're already seeing innovations in its formulation, such as sustainable sourcing and environmentally friendly production methods. Some companies are even working on lab grown whey protein, which eliminates the need for dairy entirely. This could make whey protein accessible to vegans and individuals with severe lactose intolerance. On the nutritional front, we are likely to see more personalized protein supplements. Imagine a whey protein tailored to your specific genetic profile, your activity level, and your health goals. Advances in technology and nutrition science are making this an absolute real possibility. Now, there's also growing interest in using whey protein beyond fitness. Researchers are exploring its potential in clinical settings, such as helping cancer patients maintain muscle mass during treatment or aiding in the recovery of elderly individuals after surgery. But despite all these advancements, the core message remains the same. Whey protein is a tool, not a magic potion. It works best when paired with a balanced diet, regular exercise, and a commitment to overall good health. So whether you are a gym goer, chasing gains, a busy professional looking for convenience, or someone simply trying to live a healthier life, whey protein can be an ally in your journey. And as you mix up your next shake, remember this: it is not just about protein, it is about the habits, the consistency, and the choices that you make every day. Whey protein is just one piece of the puzzle, and when used wisely, it can help you unlock your full potential. Thank you for tuning in to the Dr. Washtrains podcast. My name is Dr. Akash Sehgal, and here is to your health, your fitness journey, powered, of course, by the humble scoop of whey protein. Thank you for making health a dinner table conversation.